Hello everyone.
Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining, and today I think we'll do a little more vigorous work than we've done so far. Anything might go, so if you feel the need to take a child's pose or move into something else that your body might be wanting a bit more than what I'll be doing, please do that. If you have a couple blocks around, might want those, keep them close and handy. Same with the strap, towel, a tie, karate belt, anything you might have that you can use to wrap around your foot for connection. Might be handy just to keep close by. So today we will start seated. If your knees seem to be hiked up, go ahead and sit on something, maybe your blocks, maybe a book, to keep you propped up, relaxing through the hips and the legs a little bit more than you could be if you're sitting flat on the ground. Let's go ahead and close our eyes. Hands resting on your knees, shoulders relaxed. Move a little side to side until you can feel your sit bones connecting with the earth. Lean back. Feel the sensation of your head stacking over your hips, your shoulders over the hips. Recognizing breath and movement happening in your body. Not because you're giving effort or force to breath and movement, but because it's naturally there. It's already happening. There's a rhythm you might start to notice, the in and the out, a rising and a falling. Allow the eyes to blink softly open to the tip of your nose, and then all the way open to the light. And a little space right below the nose and above the rim of the top lip. You might even keep your finger there. See if you can feel your breath. It could be a presence that you find in the way it touches the skin, be it in temperature or strength. You might connect more on the in-breath or the out-breath. It's okay, whichever one it is, just zone in on that. Bring a hand to the belly and experience the filling on the inhale and the emptying on the exhale. If you lose this rhythm, it's okay. Just start again. Find it once more. We'll take our hand now to our mouth, right ahead of it, and pretend like you're blowing on a mirror. So take the inhale, let your belly fill. Use the other hand if you need to. Then exhale through the mouth like that, and pretend your hand is the mirror. And feel the breath touch the hand. Feel the belly move back. Inhale, fill the belly, fill the body all the way up into the chest. Exhale, pushing it out. Inhale through the nose. Same exhalation this time. Keep the lips sealed. Creating the same sound and the same sense that you're fogging something in front of you. This time only through the nose. Inhale. Use the inhale, take the arms up overhead. Gaze up to your thumbs. And exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Gaze to the tips of your fingers. Inhale, sweep them up again. Eyes up to your thumbs. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Find the fingertips. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, hands down to center. Bringing the hands all the way to the ground. We're going to roll up to hands and knees. You need to sweep the legs around to get into your tabletop. It's okay. Do that. So whatever path you take, find your way into table. Curl your toes under. Press into the hands. Press into the toe mounts. Raise through the core, through the center. Push off the ground enough that you're lifting the knees. So just enough that you can maybe slide your fingertips, slide a sheet of paper under the knees. Holding there, eyes on the tip of your nose, still using that strong breath. Coming back to giving effort to it if you need to. Again and again, we begin over and over to find our breath and to work in and with it. The next exhalation, push your hips back. Imagine that your butt's going to move back towards the heels. Keep stretching back. Maybe the ribs come in contact with the thighs. Sink as low as you can. Gaze down between the hands. Push into the balls of the feet. Try to keep the diagonal in your arms and send the hips up to the sky. If you notice any pulling, tugging, rounding in the back, just keep the knees bent for now. Eyes gaze to your navel. The legs want to strengthen, lengthen all the way, allow them. Maybe play there, bending one knee, bending the other. And then push both heels down into the ground. If you see your heels, then separate the feet enough that you don't see them. Push a little farther down towards the earth, even if your heels don't touch the floor. Inhale, rise up onto your toes. And start to walk the feet forward. So as many steps as it takes, just be patient to come to the top of the mat. Sometimes blocks are helpful to give you a little more space between you and the ground. You can use them on any dimensions. Coming all the way up to the top of the mat. Let your feet open about 2 fist distance. Whenever I say 2 fists, it's literally about half the width of a ruler. Hang over your legs, hold onto opposite elbows. Sway a little, rock a little. Shift weight from the front of your foot to the back. And release your arms. Tuck the chin into your collarbone. Keep it tucked and press tight. Roll your way up nice and slow. Navel pushing back as if you're sticking your spine vertebrae by vertebrae up against the wall behind you. Tail turns towards the earth and start to push into the feet to grow a little taller. Slow as you can, shoulders will roll back. Opening the chest, lift the chin, head to neutral. Crown of the head reaching for the sky. The eyes find their way closed. Toe heel your feet closer and closer. Yes, you might feel off balance. The closer the feet are together, become like a letter V. The base is small. Top of the building wide, creates more need to be active within the body to remain still. It also creates a window of opportunity to see, to notice where you tend to keep your weight, where you lean into. Parts of the body are not necessarily working or awake, part of the plan. Ensure that you're breathing. So again, begin to breathe again if you've lost your pace, your pattern, your effort, and your breath. Shoulders relaxed, dropping down behind you. Pushing through the feet and lifting your whole body nice and tall right into the sky. Feet are grounding, so you're steadying your space. Toes fan open wide. The next inhale, sweep the arms above your head. Allow your eyes to follow them up. Eyes up to your thumbs. If you notice that your shoulders hike up into your ears or your neck, like earrings, go ahead and lower the arms and see if you can drop them back and down. So there's this movement that we can create where we reach the shoulders up and plug them back. So try to keep them plugged back and open, lift them up as high as you can without allowing the shoulders to reach up. Same with bringing the palms together. The closer you bring your palms, if you notice you start to cut yourself off across the front or lift the shoulders, separate the hands. Rolling the pinky sides of the arms and triceps towards each other. You might get a little more space across the chest. Eyes to your thumbs. Keep drawing up without creating any major arches in your back. Exhale, follow the tip of your nose. Look to it as you dive down and into yourself. Bend your knees if your back or hamstring really needs some love right now. Release the hands to the blocks or the earth, whatever earth is closest to you. Try to get the whole palm down into some kind of ground. Push down into your feet, push down into your hands. Release the head, shake it out a little bit. Bend the knees as much as your body is asking you for. Inhale, looking up halfway. Now some of you might be in the habit of bringing your hands to the shins, and this is great. But for today, give it a whirl. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Try to get your longest fingertip to the ground. Shoulders back, create a little arch into the spine. Use the blocks if you need to. Fingers and toes in the same line. Shoulders rolling back, open up across the chest as much as you can. The next exhale, I'm going to plant the palms down and step the feet back one at a time. We step back to table or step all the way back into plank pose. Shoulders over wrists, fingers open wide, heels pulling back, and feet just about 2 fist distance away from each other. Eyes gazing to the tip of your nose now. Let's just breathe here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do a few tap outs. Take a nice big inhale as you exhale. Step your right foot out. Inhale, step it back in. Exhale, left one out. And step it back in. 2 more times each side. 1 more. Holding into center. Now push on the balls of your feet and shift forward. Try to pass your wrist, bend the elbows, and draw down towards the ground. Push against the hands, the earth with the hands, at the same time widening across the chest and lowering down to the ground. Come all the way down to the ground if you'd like. If you'd like to measure your distance so that your elbows and your shoulders remain in line, you can always use a block under your chest to catch yourself. Tops of the feet to the ground. Curl your elbow to the ground. Push it to the ground with your hands. Drop the shoulders back away from your ears. Lift your spine a little higher. Push into the tops of your feet. Fan your toes up and wide. Pushing so much into the hands and the feet that the legs, they hover off the ground. You can even swing them a little bit from side to side. Exhale, curl your toes. Push against the ground with the hands. Push the core and all the way up into the hips to the sky. Eyes to your navel. Holding here in your shape, but keeping your effort in your breath. We have the opportunity in down dog to really notice our breathing, really notice what's happening in our body. It's starting to warm up, starting to shake a little. And if you're really heavy in your shoulders, you're starting to burn, engage through the core, pike the hips up towards the ceiling a little bit more, and drop down through your heels. Inhale, come up high into your toes, look into your hands. Just going to tiptoe the feet right back into the hands this time. All the way forward. Use the blocks if you need to. Release down over your legs. Try to seal the palms down into some kind of earth. Inhale, look up halfway. Longest fingertips to the ground. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Even feel the belly onto the thighs. Exhale, fold back down again, releasing head and neck. Inhale, press into your feet. Now grow tall as you were the first time, maybe taller. Gaze into your thumbs. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Go a little bit faster this time. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding out over your legs. So reach out across as far as you can before you begin to lower. Your back will let you know if you need to bend your knees. All the way down with the hands. Inhale, looking up halfway, shoulders back, chest open. Exhale, plant the palms. This time, step or jump your way back to the top of the push-up, shifting forward and lower down. Inhale, curling up through the crown of your head, reach up through the sky. Exhale, curl your toes and lift your hips. Use the core muscles so that you stay light in the shoulders. In and out through the nose. Next inhalation, rise up high onto your toes, look into your hands, and step or jump this time into your hands. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way back up, eyes up to your thumbs. Exhale, hands down to heart center, to the tip of the fingers with your eyes. Inhale, swoop the arms. Exhale, fold down, reach out and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, back to plank. This time, lower all the way down immediately, if your body's ready for it. Inhale, reaching up to the crown of the head. Exhale, down dog, lift up the hips. Eyes to the navel, breathe. In and out through the nose with effort. Inhale, rise up high into your toes, look into your hands. Step, jump, float. However you can, get back into your hands. Looking up, inhale. Exhale, fold down. Inhale all the way up into the sky. Exhale, hands down to heart center. So that's sun salutation A. We're only doing 3 today. We're going to move into B now. Getting our hips, our legs a little bit more warmed up. Sink through your hips now. Imagine that you're finding a chair behind you. So all the way back as far as you can go with your bottoms. Try to get your knees back behind you as far as you can. It's not over the toes, but back as far as you can. Arms sweeping up, and keep the palms together, separate as much as the chest is open. Your breath can travel. Eyes up to your thumbs, tail towards the earth and lean back. So we're imagining we are actually the chair, not just sitting in it, but really becoming it. Exhale, fold over your legs, straighten them out. Inhale, halfway up. Call it Ardha Uttanasana. Anything with Ardha in front of it means half. Exhale, down to plank, lowering to the earth, Chaturanga. Inhale, curling up to the crown of the head, chest pushes forward. Make a back bend in your body. Exhale, down dog. That same exhale breath, your right foot is going to come all the way to the top of the mat. Some of you might need blocks under your hands to get more space. Some of you may need to drop your back knee. However you need to do it, find that way for your body. Back foot pivots, grounds down into the earth. Again, back foot, some of you may have it turned out a little more. Some of you may have it turned forward a little more. Just notice where your knee and your hip point are in agreement, that you're trying to spin both hips points towards the front of the mat. So if your hip is peeking all the way open to the left and your foot is turned out, you're feeling a whole bunch of pressure in your back knee, you may need to spin it around. You may need to step the foot in a little bit more. You may need to widen your stance. So find what I like to call a starting point. And this is where you can actually connect with internal movement, meaning within your body. You can feel that you are moving without moving and adjusting your outside body. So we find that first, press into our feet, and then use the inhale, follow it all the way up into the sky. Gaze up to your thumbs. One inhale here, exhale all the way back down into the ground. Right foot goes back to meet your left. Lower down to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale, back bend in the spine. Exhale, down dog. Same exhale. Bring your left foot forward. Adjust however you need to in your body. Plant your back foot into the ground. Heel down on both feet. Press into the earth, front knee bending. Push down to lift up. Inhale all the way up, eyes up to your thumbs. Exhale, release like a waterfall. Right back down to the ground. Left foot goes back. Shift and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. We breathe here. We'll meet here to readjust into our breathing. Inhale, rising up high onto your tippy toes, look into your hands. Step, jump, hop, find your way in. Top of the mat. Inhale, look up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, folding all the way in. We call this Uttanasana. Without the Ardha, means full forward fold. Standing forward fold. Press into your feet, sink your hips. Inhale, looking up, sweep the arms into the sky. Find that chair and become it. Lean back as far as you can. Push into your feet. Exhale to stand tall, release the arms. Samastiti means equal standing. Front, back, left and right. Try to find balance and weight evened out around all 4 sides of the body. One more time. Bend the knees, sink the hips. See if your middle finger again can find the ground. Keep the depth in your legs, and then sweep the arms up, belly in and up. Lean back as far as you can. Keep the palms together, separated. Whatever allows you to keep length through your arms, shoulders plugged down, chest open. Exhale, folding out over your legs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, back to plank and lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot steps into the hands, rise up, use the inhale, follow it all the way to the sky. And use the exhale, come all the way back down to the ground. Step it back and lower to the ground. Inhale, up. Exhale, down, left foot's gonna come into the hands. Right heel plants into the floor. Rise up, follow it all the way up. Exhale, hands come all the way down, fingers wide, push into the ground, left foot back to the bottom of your push-up. Up dog, down dog. We're gonna breathe here for 5. Inhale, look into your hands, rise up high onto your tippy toes. Step or jump, find your way into your hands. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, folding down. Sink the hips, rising up. Chair pose, eyes up, sink it low. Sink it low as you can. Samastitihi, exhale, push into your feet and stand up. Release the arms down by your side. Inhale, hop your feet apart, about 2 fists distance, a very short stance. Exhale, your hands onto your waist. Use your thumbs behind you, 4 fingers press around the meaty part of the hip points. Thumbs behind you, help you turn your tail to the mat. Elbow squeeze back. Inhale, open the chest. Push your thumbs into the low back sacrum space. Lift the heart up, find a low back bend. And then exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees as much as your body might need to. Index and middle fingers coming down for the big toes. Bend as much as you need to find them. Wrap your big finger, your index and middle finger around your big toe. Close the circle with the thumb. Inhale, look up. Pick up your heels a couple times. Shift some weight to the front of your foot. Just notice what that feels like. With an exhale, elbows out to the sides of the room. Keep the weight coming forward. Elbows out, shoulders up towards your hip points. Fold yourself into yourself. So, lowest part of the belly. Trying to find the top part of the leg. Eventually, the ribs might find the legs. The chest might find the legs. The head will face the ground. Let it hang. Breathing here. Squeeze all the muscles to the bones. Pick up your kneecaps. Inhale, look up halfway. Stay connected onto the toes. Lengthen the arms. Little back bend in the spine. Exhale, slide your fingertips now under your toe tips. Maybe you can step all the way so that your foot will be all the way up onto your wrist crease. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, elbows out again. Draw yourself in. Rock into your foot. Top of the foot into the hand. Let the head and neck go. Lifting the muscles, the energy up to the sky, through the hips, down through the crown. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, turn the hands now, palm side down to the ground. Fingertips pointing to your toes, palms down. It's a fun one, rarely see anymore. Fingertips pointing towards your heels, stepping onto the tops of your hands as much as you can. Knees might need to bend a whole bunch. Inhale, look up. This time when you bend your elbows, they're gonna bend in towards your shins. Rock into the front of the foot. Might feel like your heel's gonna pop up off the ground. Breathing. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, hands onto your waist. Maybe bring a little bend into your knees. Use your inhale, push against the floor. Follow the inhale all the way up. Exhale, hop your feet together. Samastitihi. We're going to take a quarter turn to the right side of the room, long side of your mat. Stepping out with the right foot, turn your right toes to the back of the room. Back toes slightly turn in. Arms out to a T. Look out over your right middle fingers and pull out across. Like there's a string on your right middle finger. Let it pull you all the way across. Hips go back. And the torso reaches out ahead. You'll see me coming towards you in a second.
Right hand will reach down, left arm will go up. Now push your right palm into your hip crease. Push back so the torso can get a little longer. And take the eye gaze up to your top hand if your neck's okay with that. Right arm will dangle down if the fingertips graze the ground. Just make sure we don't put any weight into the bottom hand. If the index and middle finger can grab your big toe, go for it. Pull up. Breathing, triangle pose. Exhale, looking down. Push into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up. I'm going to pivot the feet now. I'm coming towards you. Take a nice big inhale. Grow a little taller. Exhale, reach forward and out. All the way out. Follow your left middle finger. Left hand can come into that hip pocket. Push back to the spine. Side body gets long, parallel to the ground. Right arm will go up into the sky. Spin the chest, the rib cage up towards the ceiling. Left arm will come down. Loose, no kickstands. Maybe the index and middle finger can grab for the big toe and reach up. Pushing to your feet. Feel a lift, climbing up towards the sky. Exhale, looking down. Push into your feet. Inhale, come up. We're going to pivot all the way to the back of the mat. Right hand to the small of your back. Use your hand to help you. Notice how far around your left hip went. How much you might need to adjust your left foot. Left arm goes up into the sky. Push into your feet. Exhale, reach out now. As far across the ground as you might possibly go. When you get all your length, twist. Left hand's going to come to the outside, pinky side of your front foot. Now you might need a block. Push down into the earth, whatever kind of earth you might find. Block or no block, but push down through your feet and the left hand. Squeeze your right hip in if you feel it pulling over to the right. Squeeze it in. Right arm up. Push down through your left hand. Take the eye gaze up. It's going to change the balance a bit. Exhale, looking down. Inhale, come all the way up. We're going to go to the other side of the room now. I'm coming towards you. Right arm up. Press into your feet. Get up as tall as you can. Now reach out as far as you can. Draw the navel in. Far, far across. Hips go back like your butt's going to touch the wall behind you. Head and hand forward. Take all your length. Now twist. Right hand to the ground or your block. Blocks are very handy. Pushing down. Spinning the chest open. Maybe you keep your left hand on the small of the back. Maybe you reach it up into the sky. You feel the left hip sweeping over to the left. Squeeze it in. Try to push the right hip over to the right. Left arm in the sky. Breathing here. Revolve triangle. Still trying to get the sensation of stacking shoulders, opening chest. Next exhale, look down. Inhale, come all the way open to the side of the mat. To the top of the mat, we return. Feet together. Samastiti. Just check in with your breathing. Might be a little faster now, a little more heated in the body. Take a quarter turn out to the right again. Right toes pointing out to the back of the mat. Arms out to a T. And a lunge. Exhale. Bend into your right knee. Create a ledge from your right hip point all the way to the right knee. So ledge. Place your most fragile object in your hip crease or on your thigh and it wouldn't roll off. That's how much of a ledge we're trying to get to. Arms out. Bring the right forearm to the top of the right thigh without pushing too much pressure, without using it to hold yourself there. And then swimmer stroke up over your head. There's a rotation through the left arm, through the top arm, turning the pinky side down, lowering it out over your ear, trying to get the side bodies coming out long from the hips. Steady breath. And if you can, without disturbing your legs, you might take the right hand and slide it down to a block. There's my handy block. In front or behind. So in front, we can get to sometimes. Behind, it's a little more challenging. And then you have your bind. So if you do have the bind, right arm pushes against the inside of the right leg to sweep under. Left arm turns, rotates back behind you. Swim the arms back, and maybe they find each other. Gazing up over your top shoulder if you're here. Next, exhale, look down. Release the arms. Inhale, come all the way up. Changing sides now. Left toes pointing to the top of your mat. Bending into your left leg. Exhale, left forearm down. Right arm will swim overhead. See that rotation? Rotating all the way around, pinky side of the arm, rotating. Taking the option to maybe lower left hand to the inside, block or no block, or backside, or taking the bind. So pressing to the outer edge of your back foot. Left arm pushes from the inside of the front leg. Both arms sweep and wrap back. Maybe you catch fingers or wrists. Looking up over your right shoulder. We'll breathe here. Strong into your feet. Energy moving through the legs. Exhale, looking down. Release the arms. Inhale, come all the way up. We'll spin to the back of the mat now. All 10 toes. Back foot might slide in a little bit more. As you want the back heel into the ground. Arms above your head. Press the palms together. Push into the outer edge of your back foot. Bend into your front leg. We're going to slice across. Left elbow comes all the way across the body, trying to connect with the right leg. Press your palms together. Turn your fingertips towards you. So rotate through the wrist. Take the eye gaze to the top elbow. Now my right hip pushes out a whole lot. So I have to put a lot of effort into squeezing my right hip in and lengthening through my spine. Exhale, looking down, and he'll come all the way up. You're going to spin all the way around, coming back to you now. Keep the back foot sealed into the ground, outer edge of the foot, down into the mat. Push to that foot, and then bend to your front leg. Right elbow slicing across this time. Right elbow's coming for the front leg. You can use the opposite hand to push the leg in a little bit. Belly in and up so you can get around. Palms come back together. Push your palms evenly together, then rotate through the wrist. See, that gives me a little bit of lift. Push through the palms. Rotate. Fingertips pointing to you. Squeezing, hugging left hip in, and squeezing right hip out. Try to take a peek up to the left elbow. Exhale, look down, and you'll come all the way up. I'm going to step to the top of the mat once more. Samastiti. Find the breath. In and out through the nose. Feel things changing in your body already. Gets the body heated. Really works into the body and the nervous system. Take a quarter turn stirrup out to the right. About 5 feet. Maybe the length of one of your legs. Toes turn inwards. When you turn the toes in, feel the thighs rotate in. They come around. So the sensation kind of opens up, flares open the sit bones. Nice big inhale, open up the arms. Exhale, folding down, hands come into the ground. Let's place the hands under the shoulders to begin. Adjust through the feet, maybe rock a little side to side. Inhale, look up halfway, rise up on the fingertips. Leave blocks under your hands. Go for it. One under each hand is always helpful. Exhale, bend the elbows. Walk the hands as far back as you can so that you can press the palms, press the feet. Feel the energy climb up your legs. Spine moving down towards your mat. Reaching through the crown of your head for the floor. If the crown of the head meets the ground, give yourself a little more of an edge. Walk your feet a little closer, not so that your head doesn't hit the ground, but just so you feel a little more stretch, a little more opening and waking up in the legs. Navel drawn in and up. Every time you exhale, empty the belly out to make more room for you to fold your way in. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, hands on the waist. Inhale all the way up. Ride the inhale up. It really helps not to get dizzy when you follow the inhale breath up. Exhale, root down into your feet. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, hands back into waist. Squeeze your elbows back. Open the chest. Stretch back across the sky. Nice back bend in the body. If it feels good, even bend the knees. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, fold forward. Keep the elbows pulling back like they're going to kiss behind you. Folding down into the ground. Just as you were before, this time without hands. So push off the ground even more so with the feet. Feel all the muscles hugging to the bones. Reaching down through the head. Squeezing through the legs with the torso. Imagine coming right through the legs with the upper body like a hinge. Top of the head for the ground. Inhale, we're gonna ride it all the way up this time. So let your eyes help you. Eyes and inhale takes you all the way up to standing. Exhale, root down into your feet. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, catch your hands behind yourself. Interlace your fingers behind you. Really weave the webbing of your hands together. Push down through the knuckles, open up the chest, reach back. Exhale, folding out and over. Knuckles pull up to the sky and then over your head. Imagine that the pinky side of your hand is going to come down for the ground. Again, weight to the front of your foot. So pick up your toes, all 10 of them, spread them open wide. Just see if you can feel your arches and your legs fire up a little bit more. Inhale, riding it all the way up. Eyes and breath taking you all the way up to standing. Exhale, root down into your feet. Inhale, arms out. Exhale, folding forward. Index and middle finger, gonna grab for the big toe. Peace fingers, wrap them around. Inhale, look up, halfway. Exhale, draw out with your elbows. So you're gonna use the muscles in your arms. Pull out, shoulders move up towards your hip creases. Now, in some other practices, in Bikram, there is a forward fold where the forehead is reaching towards the edge of the mat, or hot yoga. In this one, we're moving in. We're hinging into the legs so that the top of the head is coming for the ground. So elbows out, hinging your body in, shortening the stance if you need to make more room for the spine to get long. Rocking to the front of the foot, pick up your toes. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, hands to the ground. We're going to work a little bit on splits now. Pivot towards the right side of the room, towards the right side of your mat, and bring your left knee down to the ground. If you have blocks, you may want blocks on the sides of you, just to help you. Curl your back toes, stretch your front leg, right leg out ahead. Curl your back toes and walk it back behind you. Stay where you need to and breathe before you notice that the body opens up again for you to move a little bit more. Nice. Inhale. We're going to take both hands to the inside of the legs. Walk our way back over towards the left side of the mat. Spin around to the left foot, back knee down on the ground. Again, if you have blocks, super handy. Curl your back toes. Walk your legs out away from each other. Now, something that starts to happen is that back hip might start to spin open. If you notice that, just shorten the space between the legs. Even if it means coming up out of the split a little bit, to find a positioning that allows you to squeeze the hips in towards each other so that both hip points stay forward as much as your body will allow. So we might need to be up on blocks, you might need to place a block under your leg somewhere. Just gonna breathe with some patience. And out through the nose, everyone. Now nice and tall, both hands on the inside of the leg. I'm going to walk back to the wide side of the mat. Curl your back toes under. Spin to the inner arch of the front foot. Both feet on the ground now. Eyes looking up. I'm going to walk the legs out away from each other. Just as they are. Just let them keep spreading farther and farther and farther from one another. You might stay on the palms. You might move down onto your forearms. You might have some blocks under your arms. Just going to breathe right here. Inhale, looking up, hands back to the ground, squeeze your inner thighs, push off the ground, and begin to walk the feet back in towards each other. Inhale, looking up, halfway. Exhale, hands onto the waist. Inhale, push into the ground with your feet, rise all the way up to the top of the mat. We're going to stand. Samastiti, equals standing. One more time. Quarter turn to the right side of the room, just about 2 to 3 feet this time apart. Shortest stance we've taken yet. Arms out to a T. Just bring the arms behind ourselves. Hold on to opposite elbows. Or press reverse prayer behind yourself. Little tip, if you've got reverse prayer, when we start to move, let the heels of your hands separate, adjust. Can't quite get the heels of the hands together. Move to a box shape behind you. We're trying to keep the chest open. Nice big inhale. Pivot to the back of the mat. Press into your feet, get tall. Exhale, hinge out. Stretch your spine really long across. Butt cheeks will both hit the wall behind you at the same time. Begin to fold out over your front leg. Gaze to your front big toe, and then look for your back big toe. You may rock some weight to the front of your feet, front of your foot, front foot, and you might feel your hips change a little. So gaze into the back big toe just so we can release through the neck, and then passively reach the chin in for the shin. Press into your feet. Use the inhale. Ride all the way up. Spin all the way to the other side of the room with that same inhale. We're going to exhale. Adjust our feet. Adjust our arms. Grow real tall. Exhale. Push the hips back. Hip creases are pushing back. Spine's coming forward. Reaching out as far as you can. The chin can help you. And start to gaze down. Across the floor until you find your big toe. Look for your back big toe. Shift from all the weight being in the back to something in front. Chin reaching out for the front shin. Let your eyes find your back big toe. Inhale, ride it all the way up. Step your back foot in to meet your front foot. Samastiti, everybody. Bringing our feet together, hands to the waist. Press down through your feet and grow up tall. We're going to stand heavy and deep into our left foot. Use the inhale to pick your right knee up off the ground. So you might have a block under your foot. This might be where you go today. You might bring it here. You might bring it all the way up. Use the inhale to ride it up. Exhale, hand will come down to your shin or index and middle finger to big toe, or towel or strap around your foot. That always helps. Inhale. Kick your leg out. Push down through your standing foot. Push out through the top foot. You can always stay here with the knee. We'll breathe. So notice how far forward your shoulder takes you. Bend the knee if you need to. Roll the shoulder back so that from right to left, we're as open as we can be. The exhale, take the right leg out to the right. Maybe the eye gaze goes to the left. You can tiptoe the eyes little by little till you find the left side of the room. And inhale back to center. Use the inhale, pull the right leg up. Try to lower down a little bit. And then release, point the toe, kick it out, hands to the waist. Try to feel your hips out. Point the toe, lift it high, belly in and up. Leaning anywhere, lean into your leg instead of away from it. Exhale, releasing down. Samastiti. Down through your right foot. Inhale, let's lift the left knee up off the ground. Ooh, sometimes that happens. It's okay. Inhale, pick it up. Exhale, hand to shin or big toe. Inhale, kick it out. Shoulders roll back, opening up across the chest. Find something to gaze at. That means softly look, not a hard stare like you're angry. Exhale, legs going out to the left side of the room. Eyes might travel over to the right. Inhale it back to the middle. Lift it up high. Try to come towards it. And then release. Hand to the waist, point your toe. Check the hips out. Left hip might be really hiked up. Try to level out. Push down through your right foot. Lift up higher. Inhale a little higher. Exhale. Samastiti. Inhale Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding out over your legs. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, back to plank. Lower down to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale, up. Exhale, down dog. Hike up the hips. Step or jump your feet into your hands. Middle finger on the ground. Sink your hips far back. Lift the arms up. Gaze up, chair pose. Arms out ahead of you. Palms facing down. Shoulders roll back now. Take your heels up off the ground and lean your upper body back. Lower down as low as you can without letting your bum collapse on your heels, without allowing your hamstrings to collapse on your calves. Breathing, hike your heels up as high as you can, pick them up off the ground, tops of the feet facing forward, toes fan wide. Release the hands down to the ground, step or jump your way back to plank. Lower to the bottom of the push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step the right foot into your hands. Bend your back knee until it taps the ground. Inhale the arms up overhead. Push into your toe mounts. Keep your toes on the back leg curled under. And lift your knee up off the ground. Just enough so it hovers. Hold it there. Do 10 little hops, hands to your waist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Arms back up, holding here. Exhale, release the hands onto the ground. Step the right foot to meet your left, lower to the bottom of your push-up. Up dog. Down dog, left foot comes into the hands, everyone. Back knee touches the ground, keep your toes curled under. Reach them up. Press into your toe mounts behind you. Press into your left foot. And lift your body up off the ground just enough. Just enough so that you can feel that the knee is not on the ground, but you can feel that the earth is there. Hands to the waist. 10 little hops. Hold it. Arms back up. Hands to the ground. Left foot goes back to meet your right. Lower to the bottom of your push-up. Up dog, back bending your spine. Down dog. Now look into the hands. Step or jump your way through to seated. You can bring one knee in at a time. Sitting back. Step or jump your feet into the seated. You can even use your blocks to practice your jump through, which I will do because it's been a long time for me. So you use the blocks, push off, so you can hike the hips up. You try to hinge, kind of shift your way through, right? All the way down. Awesome. So plant your palms down into the earth, flex through your feet, super engaged through the legs, palm down, shoulders back, chest up, shin into the collarbone. Every part of your body is engaged. We're going to hold here. Keep your legs. Inhale the arms up. Index and middle finger coming forward. This is where your towel or strap might come in handy too. Shimmy the hips back. It's like your legs are moving behind you, but your torso keeps wanting to move out ahead. Exhale, elbows out. Draw yourself in. Shoulders wide apart. Chest wide. Back wide. Chin eventually comes in to the back of the neck in line with the spine. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, wrap your hands around your feet. Thumbs to the big toe mounds on the front of the foot. Inhale, nice and tall. Shimmy the hips back a little bit more. Lengthen forward through your chin a little bit more. Exhale, folding forward. Empty the belly. Make room to fold. Inhale, looking back up. This time, if there's any more room around you, grab a wrist, grab some hands, pull a forearm, shoulders back, open the chest. Nice big inhale, shimmy the hips. Exhale, folding back out. Inhale, look up, see your toes. Exhale, let it go. Hands come behind you, fingertips pointing towards you, 6 to 8 inches back. Option to keep the feet forward. So you're gonna fan the toes and then push forward. Imagining that the balls of the feet are gonna come to the ground. Front of the legs stretching through the ankle, through the top of the foot, right? Reversing the plank. Option is to plant the feet and reverse the table. So either way is perfectly fine. Pressing into the ground. Inhale, rising up, shoulders squeeze back, triceps squeeze, trying to get the tops of the feet to the floor, squeezing and rolling the ankles and thighs together like it's one leg. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, releasing down. I'm gonna bring the blocks in. Very useful here. Inhale, pick up your legs, cross your ankles, maybe hug the legs in so that you can feel how close they are. Don't let them go from your body. Don't let your feet touch the floor. Hands to your blocks. And take a pick up, push down to lift yourself up. Inhale, up. Try to swing a little bit. Maybe let the legs behind you. Release the blocks if you'd like. Back in the plank and lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Coming right back through to seated. However it is your pleasure to get there. Sitting on our bottoms. Lift your legs up off the ground to balance. Hands can be on your thighs. Maybe your feet are in line with shins and knees. Maybe you lengthen all the way, releasing the arms. Breathe. Trying to find balance between hamstrings and back so both can get the most length and space. Next exhale, we're going to lower down, halfway kick through your feet. Stretch your body long without your shoulders hitting the ground, without your heels hitting the ground. Planting down whatever you can through the back into the earth. Pressing belly down into the ground. Next, inhale, we come right back up where we were. Boat pose, what we call it. Any variation that was working for you before, maybe you try to go a little bit more. Just check it out. You can always back out if your body says otherwise. Exhale, lower down, halfway stretch out through everything. Feel the navel, empty out and down. It's like a button once you press back into the ground behind you. Strong through your legs. Use the inhale to rise right back up. One more time, exhale, lower down halfway. Stretch it out as long as you can without touching the earth. Keep the shoulder blades up. Belly pressing down like you're emptying out completely. Inhale all the way back up. Hug the legs into your body. Blocks to your sides if you've got them. Push into the ground. Try to pick yourself up. Try to do it with palms into the ground. It's easier on the fingertips. See what you can do with the palms pressing down. Maybe rock a little bit. Swing the legs back. Step back into your plank. Lower to the bottom of your push-up. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog, coming through. Again, into seated. Plant the feet down into the mat. Roll your back down. Toes slightly turned in. Arms down along your sides. So your middle finger, they're very useful in this practice, might graze your middle heel. Pressing down into your feet. Inhale. Peel the hips and the spine up off the ground. Option to grab for your ankles. Clasp your hands. Maybe roll the arms towards each other under the body. Create a little tunnel through the back between the shoulders, pushing down to your big toe mounds. One more inhale on the exhale. Release towards the ground. Second round, you can do exactly what you just did. Or plant the palms into the ground. Plant the palms and the feet. Push into the earth on the exhale. Inhale, complete the lift. Pushing off the ground to pick it up. Toes still turned towards each other. If you feel that your heels turned in and your toes turned out, you might feel that the low back get a little crunch in there, a little tighter. To keep the toes towards each other. Tuck the chin in if you're all the way up and lower down. As soon as your back meets the ground, let's go for the third round, whether it's bridge or all the way up. Tuck the chin if you're all the way up. We're going to bring it all the way back down. As soon as your whole entire back is on the mat, draw the knees into the body. Give them a big hug. Rock a little side to side, back and forth. Rock and roll your way all the way up into seated. Legs out in front of you. This might be very active for you. You might choose to do it in a very relaxed, no muscular engaged style. You may choose to do it in a restorative style with some props. Fold over your legs, hang out. Tuck your chin into your collarbone, roll your way up. Take a cross-seated position, place the right foot in front of your left. Option to stay right here. Option to bring your right foot, rock it like a baby, and draw your heel up and in towards your belly button. Over as far away from the belly button towards the hip crease as you can, relaxing the right leg down. This might be where you are, crisscross might be where you are. Either one is a beautiful place to be. If the option is there for you to bring your bottom foot on top, bring the bottom foot on top. The option is for you to bind and catch your big toes behind yourself, do that. Otherwise, hold on to opposite elbows. Nice big inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Take a moment to seal your practice, to thank yourself for this time. Use the inhale to come back up. Release your arms out, long over your legs, palms up, thumb and index touching, shoulders roll back. Drop the chin and allow your breath to become very, very long. Still with effort. Just the longest lingering breath, both on the inhale and exhale, that you've taken all day. Now lift your head, release your legs if you're in any kind of bind. Send them out ahead of you. Roll around the ankles, maybe windshield wiper the legs. And then take anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes longer if you'd like to lay down and take what we call a final rest, corpse pose, shavasana, some people call it savasana, to really absorb. Allow your body and your mind to enjoy the products, the benefits that you've just created for yourself through your practice. Until next time, keep practicing, keep breathing. Hope to see you soon. Namaste.